The world never sleeps. The winds of change blow without pause. Those who look for peace in the outer world are like fishermen waiting for a perfectly still sea before setting sail. They will remain ashore forever. But those who anchor peace within themselves can navigate even through tempests. Epictetus once observed, "It is not events themselves that disturb us, but the way we think about them." This truth is the foundation of Stoic thought. Imagine a ship in the open sea. Waves tower high, dark clouds press low, the wind howls. One sailor trembles, convinced the end is near. Another smiles, seeing only a chance to prove his skill. Both face the same storm, but only one stands firm. The difference lies not in the sea, but in their perception. Stoicism doesn't promise that storms will vanish. It offers the art of steering steadily when they arrive. The 12 principles that follow are not ornaments for the intellect. They are the tools by which the wise of old fortified their souls. Simple in form, their strength has been proven across centuries. Principle 1. Know what is within your control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Remember, your opinion is in your control. All else lies beyond it." So much of our distress comes from trying to command the wind, the tides, or the hearts of others. Those who rage against rain or mourn the passing of years fight a war they cannot win. But the one who spends his energy only on what depends on him, his words, his actions, his thoughts, becomes strong. Like a gardener who doesn't summon the sun but tends the soil and water, he eventually gathers a sure harvest. Seneca said, "No man can be called unhappy if he acts rightly." When we focus only on what is ours to command, the battlefield shrinks to a ground where victory is certain. Principle 2. Align your mind with nature. Zeno of Citium, founder of the Stoic school, taught, "To live according to nature is to live according to reason." Nature is not merely forests, seas, and mountains. It is the vast order in which suns rise, infants cry their first breath, elders breathe their last, and the seasons follow their eternal cycle. The one who resists this order is like a prisoner, dragging his chains instead of walking with the procession. But the one who accepts it walks lightly. He sees that, as rivers run to the sea, life moves toward its end. As day follows night, joy follows sorrow. Marcus Aurelius said, "If something in nature seems hard to you, you do not yet understand its place in the whole." The Stoic trains himself to see the world through nature's eyes, and resentment turns into respect for its law. Principle 3. Accept the impermanence of all things. In a garden, a blossom opens in the morning and wilts by nightfall. We do not despair. This is its nature. Yet when it comes to wealth, status, or the people we love, we forget they too are flowers of a kind. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Look how all things vanish, creatures and the memories of them." Understanding this truth frees us. We stop clutching the world by the throat, demanding it remain unchanged. When love departs, we do not curse fate, but bow in gratitude for the time we had. When fortune slips away, we remember it was never ours in truth, only on loan. Seneca wrote, "We lose only what was never truly ours." The awareness of impermanence is a shield no enemy of fortune can pierce. Principle 4. Your mind is your fortress. Epictetus advised, "If someone speaks ill of you, think, they do not know all about me." Your mind is a city whose walls are built from discipline and knowledge. The events of the world are an army at its gates. If you open the doors, the invaders pour in. But if the watchman, your reason, stands alert, insults, losses, even pain cannot breach your defenses. The Stoic knows an insult is only a sound, powerless unless admitted to the heart. A loss is an occurrence, not a sentence. Pain is a sensation in the body, not necessarily in the soul. A fortress that holds firm can withstand any siege. Principle 5. Train in hardship. Seneca urged, from time to time, wear rough clothes, eat simple food, and say to yourself, is this what I feared? This is not play, but the discipline of the spirit. The one who has slept on bare ground fears not the loss of his bed. He who has felt the cold without complaint does not shiver at the first frost. The Stoic sees hardship as a school, just as the warrior trains with a heavy sword so that the lighter one feels effortless in battle. So the wise man embraces voluntary challenges to meet real trials without fear. Principle 6. Separate the event from the judgment. A house burns down in the village. To one person, it is the end. To another, the start of a new life. The event itself is neutral. Our reaction gives it power. Epictetus observed, "Death is nothing fearful, or Socrates would have feared it." Change the judgment, and you change the hold the event has over you. Misfortune can become a teacher, loss a liberation, defeat a preparation for greater victory. The one who masters the separation between fact and opinion becomes master of his own destiny. Principle 7. Remember death. The Stoics kept death in mind to better cherish life. Memento mori, remember that you will die, not to sink into gloom, but to awaken to the value of the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Live each moment as if you had already died and returned to life." When we know our hours are numbered, we stop spending them on quarrels, envy, and anger. We grow generous with kind words, resolute in action, and calm in waiting. Death is not an enemy, but a reminder that today is the only day we truly possess. Principle 8. Keep your heart free from anger. Seneca said, "Anger is a brief madness. To be angry is to surrender your mind to another's deeds." The Stoic seeks to rule himself. He does not strangle his feelings by force, but sees them clearly and lets them pass. When an enemy insults you, he merely offers you a cup of poison. The wise man is not obliged to drink. The same is true of offense. It exists only in the one who chooses to carry it. A heart free of anger can see beyond the flames of emotion. Principle 9. Value virtue above all else. The Stoics divided life into what is in our control and what is not. Virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, temperance is always in our control. Everything else is chance. Zeno taught, "Happy is the one who lives in harmony with virtue." If virtue is our aim, then victory and defeat, wealth and poverty, health and sickness are but changing scenery on the stage where we play one unchanging role, that of a good person. Principle 10. See the world as your teacher. Every person you meet is a mirror in which you see yourself. A friend teaches gratitude, an enemy patience, a child simplicity, an elder humility. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "When you wake in the morning, tell yourself, 'Today I will meet the ungrateful, the arrogant, the deceitful. Yet I will not be harmed, for we are made for cooperation.' When you see the world this way, life becomes a constant lesson, and even adversity becomes a welcome tutor. Principle 11. Master your desires. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has little who is poor, but the one who craves more." Desires are like the wind. They can fill your sails or capsize your vessel. The Stoic does not silence them with force, but steers them like a skilled helmsman. He knows self-mastery is greater than mastery over others. Contentment with little makes us immune to the threats of fortune. Principle 12. Guard inner peace. Epictetus said, "Happiness is inner harmony." This is the Stoics' goal, not to flee to the mountains or hide behind walls, but to carry within a calm that remains with you in the marketplace, in hardship, or in honor. It is the stillness of the one who knows. All outside things are fleeting, but the spirit remains his own. Picture a philosopher walking through a noisy marketplace. Merchants shout, children play, arguments flare and fade. Yet in his heart, there is still water. Not because the world has fallen silent, but because he has grown strong. Armed with these 12 principles, we too can walk through life, carrying within us a fortress no storm can breach. Epictetus declared, "I am free because I have chosen to be free." May these words be yours.